Hello and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. We are not going to be reading the session notes this time, and that's because the session notes talk about things that have not yet happened. And there's a very good reason for it. I think the way that it generates these session notes is it does it by the areas that you visited. And because we walked inside of the tea shop, it has now updated the session notes to talk about things that we may have seen within the tea shop. Now, none of these are major spoilers, but we haven't seen them yet, so we're going to be going in and we're going to be seeing them for the first time in there. What we are going to do in the future is we're going to make our saves before we go into things. So we'll make a save outside of a new area we're about to enter rather than as we've just entered the new area, because then the session notes should be correct, which I think is cool. Anyway, let's jump back into the game and yeah, let's explore this tea shop. Now, one other thing that we do need to do within the next, I think 7 hours. 7 hours? 9 hours? I guess it depends how many hours we got. Within the next however many hours, we need to find somewhere to sleep. Once we do that, we can basically explore until that time, but or until we need to sleep. But yeah, that's one thing that we do need to do. Anyway, let's do some exploring. What's this? It reeks. Only the stone base remains. Ooh, okay. You step in behind the counter. There are compartments filled with ruined tin boxes. In the back, there's a complicated set of tubes and pipes combining into some type of tea-making machine. I'll have a sweet with cream, please, Snell says nasally. He leans over the counter. Oh, make that half cream actually, my tummy's sensitive today. He's making fun of humans and their love of milk. Not the best joke, but he'll like you more if you play along. We only serve hill-sourced oat milk, sir. The goblin looks at you, then looks at the counter, then looks at you again. That's called a double take. Good job. Look at his face, pure shock. Good one, Cleric. He waves his claw. Check the counter. Okay, let's look at the surface. There's a slab of wood covering the stone base of the countertop. But the stone still stands, strong, steadfast. Look over at the machine. Or look over the machine. Pipes and levers melted, glass shattered. This was once a fine work of engineering. Let's check the pipes. Metal of some kind. Copper chamber at the top. This is where you put the tea leaves. As you lean in, you don't see much beyond some burnt muck through the cracks, but you do smell something. An intense scent. Why does it smell like that? It contains something foul. You do not know what. You must go closer. Know the scent. Do I have to? You really do not. Okay, I'm gonna lean in closer. Come on, don't. Inhale the horrible smell. You smell the disgusting burnt muck through the gaps of your helm. It smells like disgusting burnt muck. Bad. This is not good. You know this is bad. What smells foul makes your nose stronger. That's not true. I'm gonna move back. Your knees shake. But you stand. As you turn around, you find the goblin glaring at you with a worried expression. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Check the output valve. There's a metal valve at the end. It's shut. Open it. You try to turn the valve, but it bends at an odd angle. Wait, that's not how a valve is supposed to feel. It's stuck? You are the hammer. This valve is a nail. Okay. Well, I'm going to bring up my simple hammer to smash the valve with a force only musterable by true iron and true bulging muscles. What are you doing? Your companion asks as you lift the hammer above your head. I'm going to bring it down. With an intense precision and egregious power, you smash your hammer onto the valve. A tiny piece of copper comes flying towards you, hitting your helmet with a dink. Ah, shit, step back. The valve bursts open, releasing an oozing pile of tea, ash, and God's only knows what else onto the floor. Ah, gods be damned, Snell mutters and holds his nose. The scent is particularly awful. Avoid. Avoid. Try to survive. Mika's here is just a nice little -1 DC, and I've already smelled this shit. It's a pass. Foulness, but nothing you cannot stand. You smell the fetid, melted ooze. The goblin is dry heaving next to you. It's not so bad, Snell, don't be dramatic. Alas, you persevere. The floor behind the counter is now covered in a layer of ashy mulch. This is what victory smells like. You have won. You will tell the tale of the chamber and the valve to your offspring. This will be your legacy. This is who you are. It better not be. Strong veto on that one. Ugh, what did I gain from this? A loud ding comes out of the machine as the last dribble of ooze exits the canister. It's still operational, what the hell? A death knell. After the bell, a box opens up at the top of the machine. Inside you see dry tea leaves. Wait, this thing was ready to go. Doesn't that mean it was being used during the explosion? Possibly, truly a possibility. Ah, alright, well, that means those tea leaves are evidence. That means whoever was ordering that tea was here at the time of the explosion. Potentially. The goblin is correct for once. Evidence, huh? Snell stares at you. Yeah, pick up the leaves, Cleric. What? He does not speak to you that way. You don't tell me what to do. I think I just did. He sighs and takes a step back. Fine, whatever you do, don't take the leaves, Cleric. Reverse psychology? What does he think you're... Thank you. Grab the leaves. Damn it. You carefully place the dry leaves in your pouch. The goblin gives you a nod. Now, can we please not hang around this goop? I'm going to look into the charred boxes. Tin boxes full of tea leaves. Or they're supposed to be. The heat from the explosion has melted both the tin and its contents. It's just ash now. Let's stop looking around this shop counter. Okay. So, what have we got in here? Tea leaves from the tea shop machine. Was the last thing brewed before the explosion. Smells awful. Would lower your charisma if you had it equipped. Wait, what do we have here? We have nothing equipped here? Wait, what's this? Wait a second, I just realized we got new spaces in our inventory. What's this and what's this? Wait, what have we got? So, consumables. So that's our potion of healing. Can I equip it? I cannot wear it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Clericals? These are things I can consume for clerical reasons. Fair enough. Trinkets. So can I put this here? Yes. I must have had this here before. What did I previously have there that I've taken away? I can't quite remember, but that's okay. Also, why do some of them have red lines and some of them don't? Is it because I have Snell with me? Is he maybe giving us an extra slot? I don't know. Anyway, wisdom. Yeah, so they all give you wisdom, but this one gives us a light. Fair enough. Helmets, weaponry. So can I... Okay, a weapon won't go there. Literature? Ruined prayer book. I'm assuming this will also not go there. Can't equip text there. Key items? I could probably wear this. Wait, I can wear... Oh, yeah, I could wear these things. Strength, dexterity. Okay, so that gives you the individual things. So what actually goes up here? What goes into this slot? That's got other uses. Maybe it's an esoteric slot? I don't know. Okay, I don't have anything that fits in that slot. Fair enough. I'll figure it out as time goes on, I guess. I don't remember that being a tooltip, but maybe it was. Right. clumps of what was once porcelain. On the floor beneath the shelf, you find a piece of broken porcelain. Damn, it's like a clump, he says and coughs a little. Old Master had a cup like this. Sorry, what? Old Master had big collection. Of cups? Yes. Teacups? Yes. This old master of yours sure is a strange character. Yes. But his old master was a Hagenshags, right? Who's a sorcerer. Could Meek's old master be involved? Maybe. Try to pick one up. Grabbing the edge of the cup reveals how stuck it is. You can't move it an inch. Can't I pull harder? It would only break, no use. I'll stop looking at the cups, I think. Okay. What's this? Laughter and debate once filled these seats. Used to be seating for customers. Along the wall, you find a row of booths. Your companion squats down and checks under the tables. Yep, it's fucked down here too. Insightful. Happy to help. The goblin glances to the other booths. I'll look around, I guess. The militia hose the whole place down, Snell says while lifting a coal-like wood piece. Especially here in the front. It's all sludge. Gonna be hard finding any signs of anything. Bad guys always leave signs. We'll find something. Wouldn't that be neat? He says and drops the piece. Yeah, well, if we find something. You focus on this particular booth, or what used to be one. The textiles once draped over the seating have turned to ash and charred along with the expensive wood. Along with the water damage, the elemental forces here are intense. The stone tables remain standing for now, scorched like the dwarven architecture. Yeah, no, I'm not finding anything here. I'll check the other booth. He lifts his head and sniffs. Keep looking for now, but let's not waste too much time here. He's ordering you around. He can't do that. The row of booths is still there, still burnt to a crisp. Okay. Well, let's focus on the charred remains of the table. Glancing over the scorched wood, you find it simply burned like everything else, barely existing. But it is wood, intact wood, relatively speaking. It is still quite strong, wedged along the stone bench. I'm going to put pressure on the broken piece. You lean on it, the weight of your bulging muscles and overwhelming masculinity strains the thick timber. You can hear the wood fibers twitching. It snaps. You hold the piece of wood in your hands. We got burnt bracken. Your companion gives you a confounded look. What, it wasn't ruined enough for you? Just a souvenir. Great, tea shop debris. Looking at the wood in your hand, you see that it is thick and sturdy. Interesting. Well, the table piece is a clue, maybe. I can look over the debris? Nat 20 on a check that was easy to pass. That's a classic. Lifting some of the wreckage, you spend 10 minutes searching around the crevice behind the booth. Till something catches your eye. Something not burnt. You reach out and grab it. It's a tiny metal leaf. It fits in the palm of your gloved hand. Melted Illum brooch. Illum's the forest where elves live, huh? Interesting. As you wipe off the suit, you find it in a strange condition. Its intricate design shows both value and style, but... You feel a tingle down your arm. Esoterical. The tiny leaf fits in the palm of your gloved hand. A magic item? The brooch is half melted. That's a clue, probably. If this is magic, then it should not be easily destroyed. A dainty elvish symbol, representing their degeneracy and decadence. I'm just gonna say, I found something. Oh? The goblin scoots on over to you and looks at the tiny pin in your hand. Strange. Interesting. It kinda survived the fire? Bring it with, show it to the old lady. Why would she care? Obviously she'd care. Alright, sure. He looks around. Let's focus somewhere else in here. Okay. Let's have a look. Melted Ilum Brooch would give 2 charisma -1 wisdom advantage against elves. Oh. Carried only by those affiliated with their goddess, it has minor magical aura around it. It's also half melted. So what does it go into? So it goes into... Oh. Right, no, that's clericals, trinkets. So is it a trinket? But it can't go there. I'd say that's an accessory. Is that saying that this is an accessory? What goes in the slot? Okay, I'll figure it out later, as I've said before. And then immediately keep trying things. Well, I guess I'm going to lower my wisdom by another point. So our wisdom is now 4. We are not wise. But we are more charismatic and we have advantage against elves. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's all okay. Cool. Did we get anything else there? Oh, we also got our branch, right? Yeah, -1 wisdom. Okay, it's sturdy timber. I don't really know what we're gonna do with sturdy timber, but... Oh no, don't go over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's have a look at this next. It's a miracle the chamber is not completely collapsed. Whatever content once filled this chamber has been pushed up against the cracked walls. The dwarven masonry is damaged in various locations and every single thing in the chamber is burnt. Incredible power. This is the center, but where exactly did the explosion originate from? Beware, beware. Death. Okay. Check the debris. Just a quick search reveals nothing but charred rock and iron scraps. Remnants of furniture. Shelves, maybe. Chairs? It was instant. Then everything became nothing. Iron beams along the walls? Once they stood straight, holding the ancient tunnel upright. Askew and weak, yet they still stand. Check the ceiling? Your heart beats quicker. You glance upwards, finding the somewhat high ceiling in the chamber to be scorched, but intact. Could this be caused by a spell? Very obviously this chamber has been hit by a fireball spell. Oh, very obviously. Okay. Or any other type of equivalent explosive force. Your thoughts on this chamber, Snell?
Huh?
He removes his sleeve from his nose and mouth. It's a damn blast zone. Any theories? I'll tell you what I think, Cleric. I think, and I'm very certain of this, that a very powerful fireball spell was cast right on this spot. But look, I'm no expert. Exactly how that would happen is confounding to me. So let's bring both... So let's both just look over the debris and bring as much information as we can to the old lady. Why do you think it's a fireball? He shrugs. Pretty common spell. Powerful. Wouldn't be the first time either. Norvik's seen its fair share of renegade wizards over the years. Not too many capable of this kind of destruction, not these days. Back then, Earth would wrestle with any rogue sorcerers. Now that is your job. A goblin lifts an eyebrow and you feel a stirring in your lower stomach. What about you? Can you cast Fireball? Well, most clerics and paladins can't tap into arcane magics. I could, technically. Good. The goblin smirks. Then you can tell me if there's something off about it. Okay, well, we would need an 18 for that. I think we leave it alone for now. How about this? A flipped table. Looks heavy. Now that is a problem we can solve. The only not disintegrated thing in the central chamber is this stone slab. Move this thing. It is surely hiding something important. Beneath. Everything is horrific beneath. You want to flip the table? It's damn heavy, but maybe we can do it together? Once you flip tables, you shall be true brothers. Okay, even with Snell, this is really heavy. Do not bother, it is just a table. The problem I have with this one is that we would need a 20 to pass. Which is pretty high. I would say. Like, even with our absurd amount of strength, it is still unlikely. How the hell is this place still standing? So we got an intelligence and a strength check we can't do anything with. Okay. Paper is apparently weak to fire. 3 shards of Jor. Once there were shelves here filled with magazines. You've seen this kind of construction before in other city tea shops. The main draw of the tea shops is the available outlet of magazines. Pay for an expensive cup and get access to the latest stories. Win-win. You like reading, Snell?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but not this garbage. What do you mean? He shakes his head. Copper zines, just a bunch of lies and tall tales. Might be fun if you want to raise your blood pressure. I agree, I hate journalism. That's not... I mean, there's good newspapers, it's just... Give me one example. Sure, the Green Road. The Green Road, a niche paper focused on the support of the Agricultural Party, the only major Novikian paper printed outside of the city. It recently shifted to support the Azgals. Oh, I haven't read that. Yeah, I get that. I blame the election for a lack of more good journalism, but it really wasn't much better before. I'm gonna look at the clumps of charcoal. Littered across the stone alcoves, you see chunks of, well, charcoal. There was wood here? Is there really nothing readable left? Why would there be? Paper burns quite easily. But what if... Sure, maybe you'll find a magically fire-immune newspaper or something. That's right, you have to take a proper look here before moving on. Great, just great. Your eyes sweep over the ashy remains. Well... Wait, Esoteric Pocket Watch is plus 10 DC? Well, I guess I'll take off the Esoteric Pocket Watch for this check, then? Oh, I wasn't at the top. That's why I wasn't seeing it. I was like, why am I not seeing anything? Okay, let's put that on. Right. Right. Now it's a DC 6. Yeah, that seems doable. Not with a -3. Nope, there's nothing here. But it was worth a try. You sure about that? Cleric, can we move on? I don't think the magazines are too readable at this point. Hello? You home? Your eyes cannot move from the pile of ash on the shelf. You're frozen. I'm blinded. Oh, that was an esoteric event then. It changes, you sense it. The realm is touched by strings. Grab the string? You do so. You glimpse backwards. Your body is still unmoving. You have no control. The goblin stands next to you, seemingly so used to you acting strangely that he doesn't even question it. Snell? Yeah? I think I've encountered an esoteric event. Uh-huh. You have to save me, I'm stuck. Wait, actually? I'm dying, Snell. Help. He quickly kicks you in the shin. You regain all senses. Freedom. Okay, you all better now? You try not to get stuck in esoteric events in the future. Please? No, I'm gonna do it again, obviously. No, not on that one again. Nope, there's nothing here, but it was worth a try. You sure about that? Keep staring. Hello, you home? Yeah. I got stuck in the same esoteric event. I understand. We're trapped here. I have no control. Snell, I encountered an esoteric event. You have to save me. Yes. You kicked me in the shin again. I understand. It's fine. Right. Obviously, I'm going to do it again. Oh my god. All we have to do, by the way, to pass is roll above a 9. This is the 3rd attempt. Okay. Right. We're blinded, we grab the string. Snell, I need you to kick me in the shins. I do wonder if you didn't have Snell with you, whether this is just impossible. Because you just get trapped. Alright. We did it. We rolled the bare minimum. Among the mess, you notice something solid. Moving away a small piece of burnt magazines, you discover a paper completely unharmed by the flames. It's a bit dirty, but a quick shake reveals the title. The Undercommon. For fuck's sake. This paper is cursed, I tell you. We spent a fortnight fishing these bad boys out of the sewers last year. What kind of asshole thought a magically indestructible newspaper was a good idea? There's a faint tealish outline on the paper, not quite glowing in the dark, but almost. It can't even be burnt? Nope, not even magic flame. Is it any good? The zine? Nah, shit. The magical elven brooch was damaged, but not this? Immunity to fire damage sure is something, huh? Alright, I'm going to put the magazine away and look somewhere else. Well, I can put my watch back on now. And then read the magazine, I guess? It's readable. We could equip it if we wanted to, but we would lose our strength one, so we're not going to. Glint Without Gold, the story of Buddy Filzer? The Difference, How to Explain You Are Not a Halfling, Part 3. Top 10 Cantrips to Manage Your Co-Workers. A popular fanzine, shoddily printed and filled with letters, fanfiction and reviews. It's essentially a collection of writing from various fans of local theatre shows, musical artists and nerdy activities. This issue seems to be full of info about LARPing, which is taking the youth by storm. The zine is infamous for accidentally releasing issues in an enchanted indestructible paper. A legal battle is being fought over the difficulty in removing them from circulation. You cannot destroy this magazine, no matter what you do. Okay, well, I mean, maybe that's going to come in handy. Maybe it won't. All I know is, we found it. That's what matters. You see an iron door under rubble and soot. Laid in the passage, the iron door has fallen off its hinges. Look at the corners. They're bent. Okay, we actually have a chance at that one. I'm going to look at the bent corners of the door. To bend metal like this, it takes power. An incredibly high temperature must have been involved to cause this door to bend like this. And it is bent outward, so clearly the origin point of the explosion was in the back. I'm going to look at the hinges. The hinges are connected to the wall via thick iron nails. Interesting. Then this was a combination of force and heat. An esoteric effect? Just a spell? Alarming. Meek, what do you make of this? Door is very hurt. Meek feel mad for door. Bad magic did this. Master, be careful. Whatever did this still may be here. Hot enough to melt iron. Do it. It's a pass. It's incredible. To melt iron like this, it would require incredible heat. You remember from your studies the art of the fireball spell. An awesome power, it was often used to horrific efficiency in the Coast War to eliminate entire legions. But to reach degrees hot enough to soften this iron, it would have to be of 7th level or higher. More realistically, considering how the flames have forcibly escaped from the back rooms by bending the door this way, 8th or 9th level. So a very, very powerful spellcaster. Not just anyone who can cast fireball, like somebody who can cast the best fireballs around. Broken table or shelf. Funny. Okay. Well, it's not an awful lot that we can do here apart from look at this, so let's look at it. A frame without a painting. A frame for a painting. The actual picture was obviously burnt away by the blast, or in the blast. It is iron. It remains. What sort of painting do you think it was, Snell? Huh? Drummer does strike me as the type of guy to hang a giant picture of himself. What do you think? Well, self-portrait sounds about right. These bird folk only care about themselves. He scoffs. Drummer's a copycat. He just copies humans. Humans and their big egos. We do have big egos. I say, with a faint idea of what an ego is. I know what an ego is, but the cleric does not. He chuckles. Great, you admit it. It's good to be egotistical. Healthy, even. You sound like an arcanist. Well, I'm not. Yeah. Maybe we should keep looking for actual clues. Are you saying this burnt painting is not a clue? Aye. Fucking sure it's a clue. He lets out a big sigh. Why not? I don't like paintings. That's a strange thing to think. Paintings are great opportunities to show off your visual aesthetic. Sad to see it ruined like this. Yes, it is a tragedy. This frame must have been beautiful before it burned. The frame? Yes, what else? The painting. There is no painting here. There clearly was before the fire. Oh, how interesting. It was most likely just an LR. Who pays for actual art these days? LR. Magic paintings look super realistic, very popular these days. I'm going to look closer at the frame. Iron, melted to hell, is still somewhat intact. Right, anything else? The frame holds nothing else. I should leave it alone. Well, it's a clue. That's all I needed to know. Right, any of these checks been updated? By us looking at other things? No. I could roll it anyway. Let me have a look at this one as well. I'm assuming this one also is not updated. Maybe we need some sort of tool for this one. That seems like the kind of thing that might be true. Or someone stronger than Snell. Do I roll for the 18? I think I roll for the 18. Right. Let's go. Let's go. I passed? This I pass? Okay. You look around and find the damage confusing. While centered in the chamber, the damage appears uneven, as if the force of the explosion was struggling with itself. With that thought, you receive a vision. Replaying the event in your mind, an explosion. In the chamber. Conflagration spreading. It just doesn't work. However, you experiment in your head with the idea of multiple explosions. Suddenly, it clicks. You start counting. 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. Look around the chamber, you see several points from which the fire clearly spread. The explosion is... No. Explosions. Explosions. Multiple. Your companion lifts his head from whatever scraps he was looking over. What did you say? You keep counting. 4, 5, 6. Even that is not enough. Fires, the immense force. 7, 8. You point at the last spot on the floor where you can see, near the west wall where you're standing. So there are 9 explosions, and it has to be hot enough that it's an 8th or 9th level spell. So there were 9 8th or 9th level spells cast simultaneously. That's a lot of power to blow up a tea shop. 9. 9? 9 of them. More than one? He mutters. You're about to blow his little mind, aren't you? Well, it's very obvious when you think about it. Great to hear that you've got some thoughts in that helmet of yours then. He looks around the chamber concerned. Walk me through it. How do 9 explosions go off at the same time? We got a cabal of sorcerers, a coven, what? Careful now. Do you really want to share this info with him? The goblin is not your boss. You don't need to tell him anything. Could be useful to keep this to yourself for now. Necklace of fireballs, or I'll explain it once we report to your lady. I'll explain once we report to your lady. He looks you up and down. Sure, gotcha. I'll leave the rubble alone. Okay. Well, that's interesting. A necklace of fireballs. Okay. I know we've checked this before, but I wanted to check it again. Oh wait, that's easier now. You check the rest of the chamber. So it becomes an advantage DC 18. Now that is doable. We need to roll a 10 with advantage? Simple. We rolled a nat 20, which would have passed originally. That's so good. You grab the thick table with your gloved hands, gripping it firmly, strongly. Snell copies your movements. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Flip the table. Do you see anything there? Whoa? You stare into the dark corner of the tea shop. Amidst soot and broken tiles, you see a corpse. Oh, is that corpse there? I guess it is. It almost disappears into the destruction around it. It's Snell stares at it. He is silent. Give him a second, he'll appreciate it. 1 casualty. Report it. 1 casualty. He flinches and looks at you. Yeah, confirmed. The corpse appears completely charred to you. The size is average, you think. Hard to make out anything other than a silhouette. She did not deserve this end. The goblin steels himself. How much experience do you have with corpses, Cleric? You're an expert. Death. You know it, you fear it. You are far too young. The goblin breaks his intense stare down at the corpse and turns to you. Cleric? I can handle it. Good to hear. We should do a preliminary checkup just to scope out the scene. Then we'll get the transport to the Lich House, I guess. We should have Viskin examine it. I'll check the head, you check the hands or something. You are not afraid. Approach it. Do your job. Step up. You take a few careful steps up to it. Or up to it. Kneel down. Seeing it up close causes you to shake. Your flesh feels the flames. You share the bond of death. Let's look at the hands. You see the left hand is half destroyed. The right is clenched near the victim's hip, holding something. A clue, of course. You've read stories like this. The victim always grips something important when they die. No, it's a bad idea unless you want to break that fist into 1,000 pieces. But hey, maybe you do. We'll leave it for later. Look at the torso. A dark mass, once skin, now appears to be but a solid mass. She was incinerated, fully in an instant. The heat must have been the source of the death, a quick death. Nothing but blackened, brittle carbon residue. However, you are quite certain this was a woman. Whatever led her to this corner, it was quick. Woman, unknown age. She crawled up in this position moments before the explosion. She did not suffer. Got it. Good info. He leans in, slightly closer. We'll check out the head. Not much to see. Fire has burned off everything. While charred beyond recognition, the skull itself is fairly intact. The mouth is intact. Good. Why is that good exactly? So you can have someone to talk to, of course. Speak with dead, it requires an intact mouth on the corpse to successfully mimic speech. Even in this condition, the corpse should be a valid target. Well, I don't have speak with dead, so do I notice anything else? A good question. Looking for distinguishing features, you do notice something interesting. The ears. Elf? Ears? Ears? I've seen ears before. Look closer. Look at them closely. Oh. Despite barely keeping a recognizable form, what remains of the ears have a peculiar shape. They're pointy. Oh. Pointy ears. Or goblin, I suppose. He looks around. There's only one humanoid creature on the coast with this body size and pointy ears. And not an orc, not a gnome, and not a human. The goblin takes a step back. No, no chance. Denial for both of you is unbelievable, but there is no doubt. Oh no. Ilum weeps. It is an elf. Her children are slaves to fascism. Fascism? Fascism, an ideology born during the Coast War, formed out of Lexandro's dream of a long-lasting empire born out of the fallen theocracies of reeds. Lexandro? Lexandro, someone your patriarch quotes a lot. His ideas modernized the theocracies in reeds, reviving them towards the end of the arcane era. Your companion glares at the corpse, his head then slowly turns towards you. It's a damn elf. We finished investigating the tea shop? Oh. Well, that's good. Scent of Ukul Mit's flame a mess. This is the death you fear, the dramatic end to your career. Did they know? No, they couldn't have. Yet you have, through no means of your own, landed in this trapped hallway of a mission. You only have one choice now. Find out exactly why this happened. Who killed the elf? Who blew up the tea shop? You feel the answer must lie below. Far, far below. We jumping back to the Lich House? Yes. Ooh. Who's Viskin got here? There's somebody up there, and then there's us two. The duck. Your eyes follow the towering dark knight as he walks past, heading down the stairs. Duck, a common waterfowl, or a waterfowl common in Escani lakes. Duck, a nickname for a warrior who fell into an honorable combat and then later revived, sort of a synonym for coward, but not necessarily. Duck, a long time ago, the duck was a symbol for the city of Norvik. It was later replaced by a fish. The body is secured. Good, good, the pale man answers behind his desk. Snell leans against the iron slab, his eyes fastened entirely upon the elvish corpse across the chamber. I think I expected a dwarf. Huh? A dwarf? I'll make a manly grunt to acknowledge him. Ugh. The tea shop used to be a gathering place for the Asgulls. My first thought was that it was of infighting or political assassination. An elf? There's like 3 of them in the entire city. What should I say? Discuss the quest, of course. Ask him about it, like how fucked up you both are. Just speak. Okay. Well, this is a mess. Alright, fucking mess. It should be easy to identify an elf, right? You'd think that, but I'm guessing it'll be impossible. I do like Viskin, it's not above my rank. So, what now? He takes a deep breath. Gather any remaining clues in the tea shop. Then we report to Lady Sageleaf. He snaps his fingers. ASAP. ASAP means as soon as possible. Silly modern slang. Also a popular brewery in the Log District called Arnold's Sleepy Armageddon Place. And that's not a joke. You hear the pale man clear his throat across the circular chamber. Cleric, I am finished with my report. I'm gonna give Viskin a thumbs up. Ah, yeah, you obviously also want to do the thing. The thing. What thing? You know, the thing. He holds up his hand to his mouth and mimics talking. What is he implying? Oh, right, speak with the dead. Elaborate. He groans. You know, the thing you clerics do with the corpses. What's it called? When you speak with the dead. Speak with dead? Yeah, what's it called? Speak with dead? He glares at you. Are you making fun of me? No, it's called Speak with Dead. Oh, right. He closes his eyes and groans. He's embarrassed. Or simply annoyed. Either way, nice. Right, that is something I am somewhat capable of doing. He squints. Phrasing like that doesn't evoke trust in your abilities, Cleric. You get 5 questions for that spell, right? With that, you should easily be able to find out who, what, why, when, and so on. Perhaps Viskin can tell you something about that spell. Let's talk to Viskin. Hear his report. Yeah, sure, lead the way. Alright. Yeah, I don't know that spell. Also, if it is a 3rd level spell, I cannot cast them. But, hey Viskin. What's up? Yes? Tell me about the dead elf. Yes, Cleric, there are a few points to go over. 6 points of interest to be precise. He hands you a piece of paper with the points on them. Tell me which points you wish to go over. Oh boy, you have control. You like this. The goblin groans. Don't give him choices, we'll be here forever. Go from 1 to 6 in order. Who cares? Just go through this boring list as quickly as possible. Point 1. The transfer? Yes, it went fine. The body was ruined, of course, but still intact enough thanks to the charring that gentle repose did what it should. I then had a subordinate carry the corpse wrapped in silk, a special fiber material. With minor damage, the transfer was completed. Point 2, folk identifier. It's an elf, right? Yes, your preliminary assumptions were very much correct. While even the teeth had been ruined, the fangs presented as clear evidence. This is an Ilum elf, one without horns or other bestial alteration. Point 3 just says sex. Yes, sex. Surprisingly difficult to determine in elven folk, but we know it was a woman, because our masculine side told us so. Sex, dwarven for the number 6, never stops being funny. Sex, the survival mechanism of all mortal folk. Sex, the duality of man, to sin, to be a father, to live, to reproduce in the name of Earth. Sex would be nice, not with anyone in this place though. While funny, this is probably not the best moment to attempt a joke. Well. Oh, you're not asking me. Let's say, oh, you're not asking me? The pale man lifts his dead eyes from his documents for a very, very long time. The goblin is looking away. No, Cleric, I am not. Let us continue. After much consideration, I've established that this was, at the time of death, a female elf. Tragedy. Interesting. Would it be less of a tragedy if it was a male elf? Well, you know what? Our toxic masculinity is gonna say yes. I agree, Cleric. Men are stronger. We can take it. There's truth in that, I suppose. Can we please just focus on the points here? Mouth intact. It is. Which means you are able to cast Speak with Dead, Cleric. Oh, can't you do that? I am sadly not that powerful, nor authorized to handle such magic. First one definitely a lie. The pale man does not involve himself. Unless he must. Okay, mouth intact. I need some help with that. I'll see what I can do. Next point. Ilum identity? This elf is clearly of Ilum nature. Getting in contact with the embassy would be smart. Or foolish. I'd suggest speaking with Nicholas Darrow, Or is Valkyrie? Yeah, that sounds like trouble. That embassy is on the other side of town. Plus, they're not exactly known to be too welcoming to inquiries. Point 6. Hands? I found an object within the elf's grasp. However, it had a magic seal on it, causing it to break upon interference. Slowly and deliberately, the pale man shows you some dust in a vial. It was a chain, a gold chain. The esoteric enchantment upon it caused it to survive the explosion. However, it fell apart upon losing contact with its host. Interesting. I apologize for not handling it better. Perhaps I could have gotten more info. Interesting. Very interesting. Indeed. I'm not sure how to look into it further, but it could be good to mention to Lady Sageleaf. Point 7, the cause of death. Fire. The easy answer is usually the correct one. She was incinerated instantly. The final shape of the body informs the judgment. For this judgment, I cannot determine if she sustained any minor damage before, but the way she ended up makes it clear she was moving until the fire erupted. That is all. Point 8, it says clerical compensation? No such point, Cleric. What else? I have what I need. Right. Good. Now listen. Speak with Dead is a powerful spell. Where can I find it? Straight to the point. Necromancers are rare in this city. Some specialized clerics are taught it, but few are powerful enough to know it innately at 3rd level. However, for lack of a better way to put this, I know a guy. Can't I get a spell scroll from the towers? As a low-ranking cleric, you can't get access to anything higher than 1st level. It truly and utterly sucks. Can I trust this guy's guy? He wants you to pick up the spell so you can use it on the corpse. So it's in his interest, somehow, that you get the spell. So yeah, maybe? Tell me about this guy of yours. His name is Bondaval. He is, or was, an arcanist. A pupil of the fortress of Verdun, if you believe the rumors. A cursed and evil place you've heard about in stories since you were a child. Surely this is a necromancer. A necromancer? Bondaval is an eccentric fellow. You may find him down in the crypts. Alright, I'll go look for him. If you treat him well, he will surely share his knowledge with you. Once you're in the crypts, one of the western coffins has a handle that may be rotated. Do so, then pull. His private area will be revealed. Sounds cryptic. He enjoys his privacy, generally speaking. I was just making a pun, because it's a crypt, so it's cryptic. Once you've learned Speak with Dead, return and cast it on the corpse. He leans back and nods. That is all. Anything else you need, Cleric? No, thank you. Bye. Well, I don't really know where the... I'm just going to get rid of the thing that's popped up there. We now have a thing about this elf. The elven connection. We have a new person to find. Well, things got out of hand. I still don't know where to sleep. And it's time for us to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.